I'm tired of hearing this narrative. Black women are not queens. It has to stop. It has to stop. We're going to keep this focus on mainly the hair, man. You black women are extremely lazy, most of you. And the ones that are going to defend the ones that say this. I done seen across multiple videos of black women being interviewed, and the guy actually said, why do you women wear wigs, and try to make your hair straight like white women? You know what most of these black women said? Our hair naturally is hard to maintain. That is the most laziest thing I've ever heard. So you guys are no longer queens, man. If you have to put on a different ethnic backgrounds person's type of hair, man, you are not a queen. You are not. And I'm sorry, but natural hair is not easy to maintain. You could put it in dreadlocks. You could wear it in a regular afro, and however it shrinks, it shrinks. You could put, like, you know what I'm saying, some type of like grease or conditioner in it to make it more moisture and make it possibly give like a curly effect. You could shave your head bald, or you could wear it like Halle Berry. But the fact that mainly all these black women, their excuses, their hair is hard to maintain, is extremely lazy. You know, but they consider themselves strong. They consider themselves super independent. How is a black woman independent if she has to depend on another nationality's type of hair texture? Make it make sense. That's not independent. If I'm going to call myself independent, I'm independent in all areas of life. That means financially, that means emotionally, that means mentally and physically. I'm not going to be physically dependent on knee wraps in the gym. You know what I'm saying? This is a little kind of off topic, but this makes sense because I see a lot of people in the gym, and you know, say they squatting 700 pounds, they bench pressing 500 pounds, but they got elbow wraps, they got knee wraps. You're dependent on the knee wraps. You're dependent on knee sleeves, elbow sleeves. You know what I'm saying? These women are far from independent. And black women, man, if you look across social media, if you ever come across one of these scammers page, these dudes that be flashing thousands of dollars of money, and you know they're scammers, you look in the comments, it's all black women. Give me some. Oh, I love you. Oh, you're bae. Or you're boo. I'm telling you, you gotta do. Don't just take my word for it. Do your research for yourself. When it comes to money, when it comes to a scammer, when it comes to a wealthy dude flashing money, there are tons of black women in the comment section looking for a handout. All check DM. These black women are not queens, man. I'm tired of hearing it. You ever realize white women never call themselves queens? Puerto Rican women don't call themselves queens? Why is it always black women? But black women are always dependent on things of society. And you know, another thing I hear black women say, oh, society is the reason why a lot of black women and us, we try to keep our hair straight and keep our hair in a curly texture. How are you dependent if how are you independent if you're depending on society? So if society says, oh, wear afros is a trend, you start seeing, you know, females on the runway, models, and they're wearing afros, even the white models wearing afros, and that's trendy. Are you going to start wearing your hair naturally like an afro now because it's cool, because society says it was cool? Black women have never been independent, ever. Because there was a time, in the 70s, 80s, where afros were a thing, and all black women were doing it because it was a thing. It's like black women just changed with the times, you know? They want to fit in, but they want to call out black men dating white women. How are you going to call out a black man dating a white woman when you are wearing your hair just like a white woman? We want the real thing. I know me, and I know a lot of other black men that date outside their race. They want the real thing. They don't want to be with a woman who's wearing a curly hair texture or a straight hair texture, and then when she goes to sleep, she's wrapping her head with a scarf. When she wakes up, she takes off the scarf and her hair is all nappy or a flat fro, and then she puts on this wig. Or she gets her hair done, she looks like a completely different person because her hair is all straight and wavy or whatever. That's fake. Black women are living in a false sense of reality. And again, this is not all black women, this is majority. Because a lot of black women will say, oh, this is another thing too, black women will say, oh, the beauty of a black woman is we're versatile. We can wear our hair in different hair textures and we're still beautiful. No, there's nothing beautiful about that, because every other race besides you wears their hair the way it is, the way God gave it to them, the way their hair comes out of their head. You will never see a white woman wearing an afro wig or wearing a 4C curly hair wig, wearing her hair in cornrows straight back, bohemian twist or knotless braids, and you will never hear a white woman say, oh, I'm beautiful. Us white women, we wear our hair different hair textures because we can, because we're versatile, that is an excuse. Black women are in denial. And if you're not one of these black women, if you wear your hair natural, you need to stop agreeing with the narrative. That's what's wrong with society. Like, black women tend to stick up for other black women just because they're black, not because they're right. Stick up for another black woman because she's right, not because she's black. But most of these black women, you black women should not be sticking up for because they're wrong. They're wrong. There is no reason you can give to justify wearing a different ethnicity's hair texture. There's no reason. On top of the fact that there have been plenty of studies. There have even been studies on the news that have come on the news about the effects of putting weave into your hair, man. When you mixing that weave crap with your hair and you're pulling your scalp, it's gonna cause cancer. There are too many chemicals in this fake hair. And a lot of black women cannot afford the very expensive real human hair that's shaved straight off these Indians' hair. You can't afford that. You can't afford it. And most of these stores that sell hair and sell weave, they're selling a low quality hair texture. Most of these hairdressers, you go to these African hair braiding and these salons, they don't have the high quality hair texture because they are not allowed to get it. The Chinaman, pretty much, I want to say he blackballs and he gatekeeps. The Asian Chinaman gatekeeps the great quality hair. There's been studies and documentaries on that as well. A lot of melanated hair owners that own these hair stores, they can't get the high quality because China, Asian men, they won't send it to them. They're gatekeeping it. A lot of you black women, man, you getting this weave and all these knotless in your hair and then your parts are huge. You can see your whole scalp. You think that's healthy? That is not healthy and that is not a good look. That is not a good look. Black women need to be grateful and thankful for the hair that they have on their head that's growing out of their head, man. I'm seeing more black men that are growing their hair in dreads and braids that have healthier hair than black women. Why is that? Why do black men have healthier hair than black women? That is crazy. Even me, my hair is healthier than a lot of black women. Why is that? Why is my hair longer than the average black woman? Why? Why is that? You know why? Because men do less manipulation to their hair. Us men, we keep our hands out of our hair. Our hands are not always in our hair, messing with our hair. Every 2 weeks, we got to get a new hair design. That's the problem with black women. Every 2 weeks, every month, you got to switch it up. You got to switch it up. Somebody's constantly pulling at your scalp. You're constantly getting heat applied to your scalp. You got to straighten it every week, every month. That's the problem. Too much manipulation. Less manipulation, you'll see healthy hair growth. You know, another problem with these black women is their diet. They always want to eat seafood boil. They always want to eat fried foods and pizza, loading themselves up with carbs. They're not taking any biotin, any fish oils. They don't eat any fish. They're not eating the skin on the fish, the skin on the chicken. The skin they are eating, the chicken is fried. Yeah, black women are super unhealthy. Let's talk about it, man. White women eat more fruits and vegetables than black women do. Not saying black women don't at all. I'm saying majority. Black women are the most unhealthy, the most overweight. If you look at, compared to the white race, compared to the Asian race, compared to the Indian race, compared to the African race, the African American black woman is more overweight than any other race. And it's because of their diet. They can't maintain their natural hair. Their natural hair is hard to maintain because of their diet. Because they don't moisturize. You know how many black women I see with their hair natural and it look nappy? It look dry? Do your research as a black woman on how to maintain your natural hair instead of doing your research on the new latest hair texture. Black women want to look up how to find the best hair texture. What's trendy, what's popular. Oh man, I've been paying $400 for this Indian hair wig when I could get it for $250. I'm about to start buying it from them. It's the same thing. They've been getting over on me. They'd rather look up that instead of looking up how to maintain their natural hair. It's sick and disgusting, man. No need to repeat myself. I think you guys got the point by now. But yeah, man. After hearing the excuses, like I said, from multiple, this guy was going around to different colleges, different malls, different areas, interviewing multiple black women, asking them why they do not wear their hair natural. Just leave it like that. Wear it natural. And All of these black women's excuse was it is hard to maintain their natural hair. I just debunked it. I told you it's not. I told you reasons why. I told you where black women are lacking in their diet, their health, not taking supplements, vitamins and stuff like that, and just pure laziness. Overall, just pure laziness. So stop calling black women a queen. If you hear a black woman call herself a queen, correct her. You are not a queen. You are not a queen if you don't wear your hair natural, if you don't rely on other people's hair to make you look better and feel better about yourself. You are not a queen if you rely on the latest trends. If you're using the excuse that, oh, socially and society, this is the way society is and how society accepts us and doesn't accept us, you are not a queen if you're making those excuses, man. Comment down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. I'll read every comment, respond to every comment. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and share, because definitely a lot of black women need to hear this video, whether they like it or not. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace and love.